The Democratic Party, can they remove Trump from the California ballot is the question. And Douglas V. Gibbs, that's V as in Victor, Douglas V. Gibbs, author of quite a few books, teaches the Constitution, been studying it since he was a teenager, and knows this well. And we will be discussing that tonight. Can the Democratic Party remove Trump from the California ballot is the question. There was one other president that they did this to back in the day. And Douglas V. Gibbs is going to tell you who that was. And is it against the Constitution? Can they do this constitutionally? So we'll get into that in just one moment. Thank you for being here. We're going to be watching a video from Douglas V. Gibbs speaking on this subject matter. And I have his exclusive permission to show his videos, and he's given me that okay. Besides the 1976 Act of the Freedom Act of 1976 for teaching, learning, etc. All right. So first this is Insanefriends Live. And so we're going to do a shout out here. So Insanefriends group. We have at the top of the list on Sundays, 7:30. We have Sane Sunday Live at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Then we have Gregory Salvadori, 9 p.m. Monday, E-Tard Adventures was One Wheel E, but he's changed it back to E-Tard Adventures, 9 p.m. Sunday. Monday, I'm so sorry. Let me back up. Sane Sunday Live, 7:30 p.m. Then we have following Gregory Salvadori, 9 p.m. Then we have Monday, E-Tard Adventures, 9 p.m. We have Sane Enterprise. Sane Auto is Sane, Victor Sane is talking about making money and different things of that nature on business on Wednesdays at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thursday, we have Dorito and the Luce Card at 9 p.m. on Eastern Standard Time, or here in California, Dorito and Luce Card is 6 p.m. California time. Then there is yours truly, Easy to Tips and Tricks, etc., at 7 p.m., although I'm running late. Then we have Saturday, Choppers Rule 1. That's international. He's in Australia. He goes live at Eastern Standard Time, 6:30 Saturday. Actually, on his calendar, it is Sunday at 9:30 Saturday morning. So Eastern Standard Time, Choppers Rule 1 is at 6:30 Eastern Standard Time. Then we have Fab, Automotive Detailing at 9 p.m. Saturday. Okay, so we've got one in the chat. I should be able to be in the chat here in a minute once we get this going. I got to get set up here. And, okay, so no further ado, I'm going to have to get this dialed in, so bear with me. Okay, let's get it in Zoom mode. All right, we will be starting here in just a moment as I'm getting this set up. All right, this is Douglas V. Gibbs. I will have his link in the description after the live stream. So if you come back here after the live stream, you will be able to click on the link or just go to Douglas V. Gibbs here on YouTube. All right, here we go.
Welcome to Constitution TV, Constitution Study Television, and I am your host, Gibbs. And this morning I was at a meeting, and the complaint was that California is going to do what it can to keep Trump off the ballot. In fact, you see the Hill headline, California Senate passes bill that would keep Trump off 2020 ballot unless he releases tax returns. Can California do that? And the whole table this morning says, well, yeah, that's unconstitutional. Not necessarily. I read Article 2. I read Article 1, Section 4. Article 1, Section 4 says that the manners and procedures of elections are up to the state legislature when it comes to senatorial and representative elections. It does not address presidential elections. Presidential elections first emerge in Article 2 of the U.S. Constitution. Article 2 doesn't say anything about whether or not the states are required to put all on their ballot. I checked the 12th Amendment, the 20th Amendment, and I even looked around on U.S. Code, which I thought maybe there was a U.S. Code somewhere. And ultimately, what it says is California can. If they want to keep him off the ballot, that's their business. There's nothing holding California back from doing that. And this is not something that the Democrats have never done before. There is precedent. There was another candidate that the Democrats hated long ago. I mean, they really hated this guy. I mean, even more than they hate Donald J. Trump. And a number of Democrat states actually refused to allow this particular candidate on the ballot. And he was not on the ballot, but he still won. This was the 1860 election, and the candidate's name was Abraham Lincoln. Abraham Lincoln was not on the ballot in the southern states, the Democrat-controlled states, yet he still won the election with these. That was part of the reason those states wound up seceding. If this guy could win without even being on the ballot, they knew they were outnumbered when it came to power in government. So yes, California can keep Trump off the ballot. No, it's not unconstitutional for them to do so. It's messed up. It's ridiculous. It's bad politics. But technically, they can do it. And I still think Trump will win in 2020, regardless of whether or not he's on the California ballot, as if anybody was expecting him to have a chance in California anyway. That said, if anything, that kind of quote-unquote resistance, I think, actually makes the Democrat Party look bad. I think it's backfiring on them. I think people are realizing how petty that party has become. And also with all the ridiculous issues that they support, policies, the abortion up to the day of the due date in New York, the call for infanticide by the Virginia governor. Heck, because the Democrats, people don't even know what bathroom to use anymore. And I think all of that's backfiring on them. I really do. I think Americans are sick.
Yeah.
Of their sickness.
Come on.
My name's Douglas V. Gibbs. You can find me at politicalpistachio.com, douglasvgibbs.com. I have written 7 books, 6 of them on the U.S. Constitution, 1 on the abortion industry. Check them out. You can find them at douglasvgibbs.com/books.php, or at Amazon or Barnes & Noble. My latest book is titled A Promise of American Liberty. I hope you enjoyed this. You'll learn something. Hit the subscribe button so that every time I come up with a new video, you are told so. And feel free to comment. And if you want to donate, you want to help out the cause, help fund what I do. I'm all about the U.S. Constitution. Go to douglasvgibbs.com or politicalpistachio.com. Hit the yellow donate button. Become a monthly donor, a one-time donor, whatever. Monthly really helps. Until next time, stay safe, stay patriotic,
and stay constitutional.
We'll see you next time. Thanks.
That's what I'm
Bye.
talking about. All right. Now.
Constitution.
I didn't turn that back on.
It's a sovereign of that union. They have rules of things that they cannot, should be able to do because they would interfere of us as a union, as a country.
Well, I am.
We also have a sovereign nation. Our country is sovereign. It is.
You can go to Douglas V Gibbs here on
YouTube. It says in the 1828 Webster's Dictionary. Sovereignty is to hold all power. To hold all power used to other countries. Sometimes we enter treaties and agreements and all these other things. And sometimes we even do things that we may not necessarily be happy about, but we do it anyway. Because it's a part of being a part of the community. There's merit.
All right. That was a little extra. You might want to go check his channel out. But yeah, I'm somewhat political. The older I get, the more political I'm becoming. You know, we really do need to know our Constitution. And something that this generation is naive about is, and even my generation, is the fact that the Constitution either allows or gives the federal government, our local governments, permission to do, or it doesn't give them permission to do. And, you know, people want to say, oh, it's not, it's a piece of paper anymore. No, it's not. If you have family members in our armed forces, it can be, there is. But if you have family members, or if you've been in the military, then you swore to protect, to defend, to uphold the Constitution. You're putting your life, your soul on the line to protect and to preserve our Constitution. Our, quote, elected, unquote, officials that we vote in there, quote, unquote, are to uphold those constitutions. And this is a side note, what I'm talking about at the moment. Food for thought. We need to make sure before they come into office that they know the Constitution. And if they don't know that Constitution, I don't care how quote unquote qualified they are, they shouldn't be elected. You know, therefore, anytime anyone has a desire to go into politics, they need to be studying that Constitution and knowing that Constitution so that when they step into office and they step into that position of leadership to defend our rights and to protect our rights and to be our voice, they know that Constitution, or else they're not defending us. What I've learned is most politicians don't even know hardly anything about the Constitution. They don't want to know the Constitution. The Constitution is the law for the federal government. It's the law for the local government. And they want to be ignorant of it so that they can't be held accountable to it. They say ignorance is no excuse for not knowing the law. If you don't know the laws 55 or 65 miles an hour and you do 75 or 80, you're getting a ticket and you're paying a fine whether you know it or not. That's the law. The Constitution is the law for the federal government and it's the law for the local government. So should that same rule doesn't apply to them? No, yes it does. If I went into the military, or if I have family members in the military and they're swearing to uphold the Constitution and to protect it, and they're putting their soul, their life on the line to protect that Constitution, the Constitution of the United States, then should they not be held accountable to know it? And should they not be held accountable to keep it and to study it and know it like you know your Bible, or like you know anything that you are involved with? If you have a hobby, you've learned everything you can about that hobby so you can be the best at what you're doing. This is something much greater. This is our lives. This is our livelihood. This is our well-being here that's on the line, and they are flagrant. They are wishy-washy. They don't want to know it. They don't want to study it. Wait a minute. We're failing ourselves by not holding them accountable. You know, this is something that needs to change in our society like ASAP, because the house is on fire and we got to put this fire out before it burns down, or we're going to lose what we've got. The next few generations behind us, our grandchildren and great-grandchildren, aren't going to have a constitution if we don't get this fire put out and it's burning. So what's the solution? I'm saying the solution is, let's make them accountable. Let's not put anybody into office that doesn't know the Constitution. They should know it forward and backward. Like I know my Bible, chapter and verse. I know it. They need to know the Constitution the same way. They should know that Constitution like a preacher knows his Bible. They need to know the Constitution the same way. Yet they get left off the hook. And people are beginning to say, oh, the Constitution isn't hardly written on the paper it's written on. No, it is. If you've, like I was just saying, if you've been in the military, or if you have family members in the military, they swore to put their soul, their life on the line to defend and protect the Constitution of the United States. And they don't have to be held accountable to know it. They don't have to defend it their own selves and defend us and stand on it and implement it. Wait a minute. Wakey, wakey, America. You know, wake up. Now, that's a side note, food for thought, and it's not a rant. I'm not ranting. I'm stating my concerns and providing a solution to the problem. What are your thoughts on that? We need to start talking about this. When you're out having coffee, talk about it in the restaurants. Talk about it when you're standing in line at the grocery store. Strike up a conversation. Let's get the fire. We need to have a fire burning to preserve the Constitution. There's a fire burning to destroy the Constitution. We need to start a fire to put the fire out. We need to spread the word. Our political leaders need to know the Constitution. And they need to be proven that they know that Constitution. It needs to be made public. Because they're civil servants, right? They serve us, we the people. They represent us, we the people. They need to be held accountable to know it. Before a president can be president, he needs to be studying that Constitution to run for president. I don't mean 6 months before or a year before. He needs to be studying it long before. That Constitution, he needs to know, like I'm saying, like a preacher knows his Bible. He needs to know that Constitution. And we haven't been holding them accountable. Our forefathers wasn't thinking like this. Our fathers, great grandfathers weren't thinking like this because the Constitution was basically still being upheld in general. Now the house is on fire and we got a problem, Houston. Houston, we got a problem. We got a problem, America. Our politicians don't know the Constitution, and a lot of them don't even care. And the Democratic Party would love to use it for toilet paper. How sad is that in general? I'm not pigeonholing. I'm sure many of them, many of them would love to use it for toilet paper. Does that mean there's not a few, maybe a handful that's going, wow, we're out of line? It's the Democratic Party that they believe in is off the map, and they need to get it right, and they don't care. Is there a handful of Democrats thinking that way? Giving them the benefit of the doubt, I want to think so. I want to think so. On the other hand, how many Republicans in Washington wouldn't mind using it for the same thing? Food for thought. So far as Trump, the Democrats are saying, Trump, we want you to show us your tax returns. We want to nail you to the cross with your tax returns because you've evaded. You've not paid. Meanwhile, I would have to venture to say just about every politician uses the same loopholes. Hillary, when they were in the debate, mentions his tax returns and him owing and not paying and defrauding, and he looks at her and says, I use the same tax returns, the same tax loopholes that you use. She didn't have much to say. I am moving out of California as soon as I get this house together, and I'm a one-man band, so it's taken longer than what I like. If I had my way about it, I'd be out of here a long time ago. But that's a whole nother story. But I'm on my way out. I got to get this house together. That's why I'm fixing up this house, is to sell it. Nice house. But to get out of here and go back to the South, where people still appreciate and value the Constitution as a whole, in general. But there's other states, Montana and Idaho, and there's other places. But the point is united we stand. And I say on YouTube, I hear all the time, united we stand and united we make it happen here on YouTube. But reality is, united we stand or we fall. Divided we fall. And so, the Democratic Party is wanting to nail Donald J. Trump, our president, my president, to the cross with not paying taxes, while they're doing the same thing. If we pulled each one out of the crowd individually and did a background check on their paying their taxes, how many of them would come up squeaky clean? Would any of them? We'll never know. And so they want to get Trump out because Trump stands up for this country. He stands up for what this country believes in. Trump is like our last-ditch effort or hope. And I believe God's using him to preserve this country and to uphold this country. That's my personal position and take on it, along with many others that are of the same thought. So I'm not alone in that, and I'm very much aware. And so, it's like, let the innocent person cast the first stone. Let them. Are they innocent? Are they sinless? No. We all sin. We all fall short, regardless of what it is. Trump stands up for Trump stands up for the racist man. Trump isn't racist. I'm not sure what you're saying there, based on what I know about Trump there, Irie or Irie. Um, Trump's for all people, based on what I know about him. So I'm not sure what you're saying. So aloha, hang loose, brother. You know, and so we need to get back to basics. There's in Douglas V Gibbs comments, someone left a comment going, "Well, here in California, I'm going to make my own box and put Donald J. Trump and mark it. Going to create his own box for Trump." But he was asked, "Douglas, is this constitutional? Can't if you do that, will it be honored?" I guess in my position, what I know about it is it would depend on the people checking the ballots. You know, are they being given strict instructions? If anything, he, I'll touch base on that with what I know about it and what I know about Trump in a few minutes. Mike Collins, Greek, the feminine code. Oh, you're back. Well, thanks for being back. Thanks for dropping in here. Um, so for the Democrats to try to pull Trump off the Mike Collins, crack the female code. Um, so Good Times Outdoor is here, and IRAZ. That's LRAYZ.
One pot macaroni and cucumber, onion, tomato salad.
Sounds good. So we have Good Times Outdoors, and IRAY or LRAYZ is here. So I thank you everyone for being here. So anyways, bottom line to this is the Democrats are trying to nail trying to nail Trump to the cross with not paying his taxes. I just mentioned that in the debate with Hillary, she tells him something about you're not paying your taxes and blah, blah, blah. And he tells her, I'm using the same loopholes you're using. She got quiet. It's getting right quiet around here, preacher. She didn't have much to say. Why? And then they would cut Trump off. Every time he started to speak, they cut him short, So if you think about the debates that he had with her. So anyways, here in California, the Democratic Party stating that if he don't show his tax returns, they're not going to put him on the ballot. And as you see, Douglas V. Gibbs on his channel here on YouTube, he stated, what was it, George Washington? They did the same thing with, yet he won. And it really just leaves me frustrated, aggravated, with all of that, because the Democratic Party, I don't get it. They're acting like children. They're acting like teenagers. in their mental, emotional, psychological development as a group. I'm not getting that mentality. You know, we're not dealing with a bunch of high schoolers, but they're acting like a bunch of high schoolers, a bunch of children. I don't get it. You know, when Obama stepped into office, the Republican Party was very disappointed. I'll answer. I Ray or El Ray Z. I'll comment about your statements here. I do hope my kids don't act like that when they're teenagers. For sure. Amen. For sure. Good time outdoors. Yeah. And so, how sad. These are adults with children. A lot of them. The core majority. I'm thinking. Maybe it's not. You know, we had Obama appealing to the high schoolers, not high school, to the college students, which a lot of them weren't too far from high school, appealing. And then he was appealing to people that were ignorant of American law. He's, you know, foreign people, people that aren't here and they come here from other countries. I don't care if they've taken a class and passed a test. They still don't know how we think. They still don't know why we put things in order that's in order. They don't, the concepts, the understanding, the reasoning behind what's in motion, they don't have that, they don't know that. It's not a part of who they are. They've been in another country with another whole mindset coming into America, trying to wrap their head around our position and what we think and our laws, and do they even care? But on that note, I need to say, is Hawaii different race? Is Hawaiians different race? You're American. You are a human being just like I'm a human being. It's not California versus this or that, or Hawaii or China or Mexico, or we're all human beings. But this country was built on, Hawaii was built on, this country was built on the constitutions that our forefather put in order because of the abuse of power that they were under in England, and the abuse that was brought upon the people. So they left it and came here for freedom. And they put the Constitution in order to preserve our God-given rights that they were abusing in England. And it's lasted all these years until last 30 years, I would have to say at least. It's been huge downfall's been in the last 30 years or so. My dad would say it started declining in the 60s. But now we're getting down to the end of that, and it's time to regroup. It's time to reestablish it. And that's why I'm saying we should not allow a president to be president unless they know that Constitution. We shouldn't let anyone be voted to office if they don't know the Constitution. They should not be qualified to be in office. I don't care how much schooling, education, how intelligent, how smart that person is. If they don't know the Constitution, it's papers and blowing in the wind. It's of no value because the Constitution protects and preserves our freedoms, our God-given rights, and everyone's treated equal. And this is why I have been saying off and on for some time, don't discriminate, educate. We have to educate and help people to understand why things are the way they are. What makes America so great is that foundation that was put in place back in 1600 and when our forefathers arrived here. Before they ever stepped off the boat, they sat in the bay, offshore, wrote up the Constitution, signed the Constitution, so before their foot hit land, this was in motion. And they did that for a reason. How many people even know that little bit of history? You know? When that Constitution was written and signed, it was before they ever stepped one foot here on the soil here. They wanted it to be established before they ever put the one foot on the soil. That's how important it is. That's how important it was to them. And they carried that out. And nowadays it's drifting badly. Really bad. Time to put an anchor on that boat. So that's why I say this is a solution. What are your thoughts? We've got 3 people here in the house. What are your thoughts on that? Do you have any ideas about to add to or improve on what I'm saying here about getting a handle on this out of control position that our political parties are running amok and abusing because they don't want to know the Constitution, because it either gives them permission to do or it doesn't give them permission to do, and they need to know it so they don't do it if they don't have the Constitution doesn't. Because if they violate the Constitution, they're violating our rights. And that's what it boils down to. They violate the Constitution, they violate our rights, and it affects us. So what are your thoughts on that? I wish I could bring you all up on a panel. I need to get a Google Hangout going, and I need to learn how to make that happen. Because then we could really have a great discussion, I'm sure. And El Ray Z, you brought up some good points here, my friend. It's just kind of off topic, but at this juncture, I will address your questions best I can. I'm not a author. I'm not, a historian, but I can share what I do know. The little bit I know. The Constitution means rights for all. Yeah, sure. God-given rights. The Constitution highlights to those in power so they don't abuse our God-given rights. So it states, don't do this, you can't do this, you can't do that, you can't do, because we're being violated otherwise. That's why they need to know it before they ever get into office. We shouldn't even vote them in, and this should be the norm. We need to implement this, but we, the people, you and me, us, we need to start talking about this. If you go to church, talk about it at church. If you're in the line at the grocery store, talk about it. Just bring up a conversation with the person in front of you. If they don't want to hear it, okay, back up. But if they want to engage and they like the topic, talk about it. If they want to talk about it, don't get offended if they don't want to hear it. They just don't want to hear it. Okay, that's your right. If you don't want to hear it, So you back up. But if they want to hear it, talk about it. Wherever you are, talk about it. Let's get this fire going, I'm talking. And my wife brought me dinner, and I don't want to sit here and eat it. But she's looking at it getting cold. It'll be fine cold. So, anyways, those in office, they need to know that Constitution like a preacher knows his Bible. Good times out. You say too many good times outdoors says Too many people do not care and will just let the Constitution get destroyed. Not if we that care can be the spark to get the fire going. If I if that was my perception, Good Time Outdoors, I wouldn't be saying this. I wouldn't be doing this tonight. I wouldn't be talking about all of this. If you look at my channel periodically, I do this now on Thursday nights, when I go live with Insane Friends. This is a part of the Insane Friends group. We all kind of do our own thing in the group, and I usually have some general topic, that I, kind of do at the for the group. But I believe on Thursday nights I'm going to start doing this constitutional thing and show my friends videos like I did tonight, and then give my thoughts on it and yours. You're willing to share yours and be a part of that. I believe that's what I'm going to start doing. I'm going to start doing political stuff. Um, but if I didn't believe there was hope, I would feel like, what's the use? I'm just wasting my time. But I believe in you. I believe in you. United, we stand. Who is we? We is anyone and everyone willing. You know, John 3:16, it says, "For whosoever will believe on the Lord Jesus Christ." See, I believe in we, whosoever will get on board, whosoever is willing to talk about this. I believe you have rights. Yes, you have rights. We have rights, God-given rights. I fear the socialist government taking place. Yes, I'm very concerned about that. If Hillary would have stepped into office, that would have been the icing on the cake. And that's what makes it hit the Republicans so up in arms. Obama being the first black man to be president, okay, I had no problem with the black man being president. I was going to vote for Colin Powell. When Colin Powell, the ex-general of the United States, was running for president, I was excited. When he backed out of being president, I was disappointed. But in the back of my head, I'm thinking, wait a minute, why did he drop out of the race? Whose toes was he getting ready to step on? Who was it told him he better back up? And those are just my thoughts at that time. I knew there was more to it. When Obama became president, in my face, bam, in your face, Colin Powell couldn't be president because, yeah, doesn't it? Because Obama was being groomed at the time to be president behind the scenes. So Colin could not run. But I was going to vote for Colin Powell. I had no issue with a black man being president. I have a problem with his position, his state of mind, whoever it is. I have a problem with them not caring about the Constitution. That's where I have a problem. But politically, they were setting up a checkmate. The checkmate is for the Democrats to take over. That's the checkmate. Hey, buddy, it's 10:30 here in Iowa. All right, gotta get to bed. Good discussion. You too. Well, Good Time Outdoors. Thank you very much for being here, bro. And we'll catch you on the rebound. I'm gonna get back to doing my here in the next, I don't know, week or so. I'll get back to doing my repair videos. I'm taking a little break from that. I still have the shower curtain ring to get finished, to get it mounted. But anyways, thank you for being here. thank you for sharing. I thought your onions were really cool. I didn't know you could go pick wild onions. I thought that was really, really good to know. And we'll catch you on the rebound, bro. If you're still here, thank you for being here. Just in time prepping. Hey, what's up? You might want to go back just in time prepping. And rewatch from the beginning of the video. A friend of mine teaches the Constitution. A guy I know is Douglas V as in Victor V Gibbs. That's not peace, that's V. Gibbs. He has a channel here on YouTube, and he teaches the Constitution. Um, he gave me permission to show his videos, and you might want to go back, and it's 5 minutes. The video is, and then we get into the discussion and my thoughts and view and opinion and solution to it. On that, on this issue. But the video from Douglas V. Gibbs is about California telling Trump, the Democrats telling Trump, that if you don't show us your tax returns so we can nail you to the cross with it, we're not going to put you on the ballot here in California. So the question is that constitutional? Douglas V. Gibbs tells you the answer. But there's many Republicans in California, many non. There's plenty of independent people here in California. So, there's a misconception that California is all Democrat. No, it might be the majority. I'm afraid it probably is. I don't know the statistics. But I'm thinking the Democratic Party is the dominant party here, as much as I don't like. I grew up here. I was born and raised here. Mom's from Oklahoma, dad's from Texas, family, from other back in the South. But I was born as I said, I was born right here in California. And I find it troubling. But nonetheless, I believe Trump's going to be in office for 2020. And the Democrats are out of line. Let he without sin cast the first stone. Let's do a background check, and let's look at the tax returns of all the Democrats. Let's put each individual on the line. I think all presidents should show the income taxes. Yes, I don't disagree, but my point is they all cheat. They all lie. But yet, because they don't like the fact that they lost the race, the plan was Obama was going to set the foundation, I believe. Hillary was going to come in and build the foundation, and the Democratic Party was going to take over and bring in turn us into a third world country, turn us into a communistic state, or United States, and bring about globalism. And that was the checkmate, globalism. Trump interfered with them doing that. And let me lay that out again. The way I'm seeing it, this is my take. Trump came in to lay the foundation. He was groomed for the position, the first black man. Hillary being the first woman, both Democratic parties, both Democrats, both anti-America, both for globalism, socialism, are the medical that we have today isn't much different than China's medical. Okay, our medical plans are this government enforced medical that Obama brought in. That was Hillary's health care plan originally that people have forgot about. Obama implemented Hillary's health care plan. They called it Obamacare. That is very similar to China's healthcare system. So I'm saying here that Obama came in to lay the foundation. Hillary was going to come in, be the first woman to build on that foundation and bring in globalism and bring in communism. Checkmate. One world government. One world cash flow. Or should I say no cash? Mark. Not a chip here. Not a chip in this part of your hand. But a mark, a tattoo. Ultimately. We know as 666. Bible calls it the mark of the beast. Checkmate. One world government. Cash, one world currency, or cash flow. Cashless society, ultimately. And this is where the Democratic Party is going. That's the checkmate. That's the end game. But they're building their foundation, Obama bringing in all these Muslims. We had one prayer, American Christian gathering prayer at the White House, and then he let the Muslims come in and do their thing every year after that. How many people was aware of that one? Do the research. Check out what I'm saying. This is America. The Muslims would never let Americans in their government. We've got Muslims. How many in our government now? Wait a minute. What's really going on? The frog's in the pot. The water's getting warm. It's time to bail out. We need to start holding our government officials accountable to the Constitution. They need to know it before they step into office. Those that are in office, something needs to be put in motion where they have to start learning the Constitution in order to remain. And the fact that they can stay in there for the length of time that they can stay in there, that needs to be cut. We need to start making some changes. And we need to start talking about this. Talk about it with your friends. Talk about it like I'm saying, you're standing in the supermarket or out to eat or wherever you are. Just go into it with the state of mind that if a person is not wanting to talk about it, they're uncomfortable, they're against it, back up. Be a gentleman. Just back up. Give them that respect. But if they're up for the conversation, have the conversation, we need to get this seed. We need to get this going in America. All right, let's see. What do we see here? Just-in-time prepping says term limits on Congress. Yes, in the Senate. That's what I'm talking about, brother. Right there. Term limits. Exactly. I don't always have the right terminology, but that's exactly what I'm talking about. Term limits. Lucky the cop was my classmate from Hawaii. I'm not sure. I must have missed something you said there, El Razi. I went to a bar in Arizona and they called the cops on me. What? Did you get out of control? Talk about fixing houses. Yeah, I'll have to have a live stream where I do that. That would be good. I can do that. I gotta go plug in my phone. My battery's dying on me. Hold on, bear with me. In this phone. So bear with me. All right. Sorry about this face shot, guys. I've got my hands full here. But all right. Now get this phone plugged in before it dies. Hold on one second. Okay, there we go. All right. Now, So yeah, they need time limits. That's for sure. Term limits, time limits. But we need to talk about this stuff, you know. And what kind of ideas do you have? What kind of thoughts do you have on this? Anything I've said stir up some things in you. Ideas, are going through your head at the moment. Solutions. And like I say, if a person's not from here, we got to educate. Don't discriminate, because my experience is if you educate, you share the knowledge and the information. The Democratic Party's taking advantage of people that are not from here. They're brainwashing them. They're telling them things that aren't true. They're deceiving them. They're using and abusing them in order to get over on the Republican Party. That's what they're doing. They're using people from other countries that don't know or understand, and they're manipulating them in order to get over on the Republican Party. That's sinister. You know? That's deceitful. Sinister is a better word. And it's very sinister what they're doing. So we need to speak to them and let them know what's really going on and tell them the truth. I'm trying to get my lights up too high. All right. Okay, I was losing my battery, my charge. So anyways, we need to educate. All right, what just-in-time prepping says, although I agree with a lot of your saying, I don't believe Trump is the answer. Another Republican president, perhaps, but not Mr. Trump. Maybe, you know, maybe. I don't know, personally. I can't say as a matter of fact, but what I do know about Trump, what I do know about him, and I've got some real reliable source, while Trump was running for office, if you rethink about it, he took a change of direction. His when he was running at his rallies, they were getting real aggressive and really starting to get violent, or out of control, should I say. And he took a change. Something changed. You know, while Trump was running for office, well, first let me say this. I got to say this first. For those that don't know, and you can do the research and you'll find out, Mike Pence is a Christian. Mike Pence has been a Christian for years and years. Mike Pence has been a part of a Christian businessmen's association for years. It's called CBMC. You can Google Mike Pence. C as in cat, B as in boy, M as in Michael, C as in cat, CBMC, Mike Pence. And you will find Mike Pence is a part of this Christian organization. Mike Pence, our vice president. Not everybody knows that. While Trump was running for office, the reason his rallies changed is because he became a Christian during the time he was running for presidency. Now, this isn't C as in cat, C, B as in boy, M as in Mary, C as in cat, CBMC. Texas Life Julie, how you doing? Thanks for being here. You're gonna have to go back and rewatch this live stream. I think you'd enjoy it and get something out of it. Texas Life Julie. So, yeah, Mike Pence is a Christian. Donald Trump became a Christian while he was running for presidency. So he's a new Christian, and that's why you're seeing a change at his rallies at the end, towards the end. Mixed, Miss Miss Maya. Thanks for being here, Miss Maya, or Miss Mine. My lighting on this is down. Let me see if I can't see your name better here. Sorry about that. Miss Myra, thank you for being here. Yes, coming to you from beautiful downtown southern sunny California. So, anyways, you also would probably like to go back and rewatch the live stream after the live stream. You're welcome. My pleasure. So, yeah, that's just so El Ray Z, the things you'd mentioned about Trump earlier, that may have been true, but the man was not a Christian man. You know, the vice president's been a Christian for many years. And as an end result, Trump became president. Trump became a Christian before he became president. And that's not something that he talked about. That's not something the media made known. You either was in circles that was aware of this or you didn't know. And I know some people that know all this. And therefore you can it's verifiable. Do the research, please. Um, Miss Myra, Mike Pence is an okay. That's CBMC. CBMC. C cat. M Mary. I'm sorry. C as in cat. B as in boy. CB. M as in Mary. C as in cat. CBMC. CB like a CB radio. CBMC. CBM. Yes, exactly. You got it there, Ray Z. And you can do the research on that, and you'll see. Wow, it's like really, yes, really. Um, CB, you got it there, Miss Myra. I'm sorry, I'm chewing up your name here. I'm just in time prepping. You can be a Christian and still have no. You know, you already know the answer. But now listen, you can't believe everything that comes across the news. You know? Dakota and family, thanks for being here. Appreciate your time. You probably go back and watch the live stream after the live stream or do a playback. A lot of information. I have a friend here for those that have just came into the chat. I have a friend here on YouTube. He teaches the Constitution. He's written 5, 6 books on the Constitution, different aspects. He has a channel here on YouTube. It's Douglas as in Victor V Gibbs. Douglas V Gibbs. And he's speaking on the Democrats here in California removing Trump from the ballot if he doesn't show his tax returns. That's what they're threatening him with. And the topic is it constitutional? Can they constitutionally do this? So you got to go back and watch what he has to say to find it out. Then there's a lot of topic, and I'm giving my thoughts and whatnot. Food for thought and solution. So I say this, so you can't look at Trump's past and hold him accountable to that. And you can't believe what the news says. You can't. Like I was just saying a few minutes ago, I believe in Obama became president, he set the foundation. Hillary was going to come in and build on his foundation, bring us into globalism, which will ultimately bring about a one world government, a cashless society. We now have a tattoo on our hand or forehead, and that's where it was going. These globalists in our government don't want Trump in office. So they're doing everything they can to get rid of Trump so they can dominate, intimidate, put fear into the next president stepping in so that they stay in control, so that they get their way in the end. So if they can get rid of Trump, they feel like they can dominate, dictate, and control the next president regardless of who he may be. And this is why I say Trump. God's using Trump right now to preserve America. All right, let me see what you're saying in the chat. I've missed a lot. Okay. Mira, thank you, Mira. Thank you, Miss Mira. Mira. All right. Ira says, ouch. Ouch. I say that. Ouch is true. All right. Just time. Hey, Jason. Okay. Say fake news. Yes, fake news. Fake news. Most of it. Just in time prepping. I watch the news all around the world. Good. You know. Yeah. Yes, that's smart. Very. That's smart. Texas Life Julie, give our president respect, folks. He's going to stop the night packing on every word and see the big picture. Oh, nitpicking. Thank you. Yes, nitpicking. God is using Trump as his grace. Yes, Miss Mira. Yes, God is using Trump, showing us grace in our country, Miss Mira. Exactly. Yep, I just said almost what you just said. Thank you. See? LOL. El Ray Z says, hi, Texas Life, Julie. Food for thought. You know, we need to talk about this and amongst our family members, amongst our friends, people we don't know. You know, should be on this phone. I can't make anybody any mods. That's my problem. I gotta get on my computer and do that here in the future. I need to do that. People that have been my mods have kind of just faded, which is okay. But yeah, I'd like to be able to do that. So I've shared my thoughts. Please go back and watch, even if you surf through the live stream, you know, even if you just hit and miss and work your way through the live stream. I don't know why your message just got removed there, Texas Life, Julie. I didn't even see it come in, so I don't even know what you said at all. I don't know why it was removed. Say it again. Let's see what happens. Unless you removed it by accident or something. Miss Mira must have seen it. She's laughing. Hey, you got a wrench. There you go. You got your wrench there, Miss Mira. Yeah, so anyways, our politicians, our government, our president should be held accountable to know and understand the Constitution. Okay. I don't know what it was. I didn't see it. Who's reading the Mueller report? Well, tell me what the Mueller report is. They're just in time prepping. Just in time prepping. I'm not familiar with the Mueller report, you know. Like I say, I know a little bit. And I'm giving you my thoughts and solutions for what I'm seeing. You know. You may go, wow, but what about this and this? And if we do this and if we do this, you know, it just adds to the thought. And we can start formulating a foundation that things can actually be moved upon and changed. You know, but we gotta put it out on the table. You know, we gotta table it. We gotta look at it and give thought to it. Because you know, I've talked to more people sitting down, one-on-one conversations. Dude, I like it. Well, thank you there, El Ray Z. You're gonna have to put some new stuff up on your channel. I was there last time you were on my live stream, and you know, so I'm looking for more videos on your channel. All right, hang loose, aloha, bro. And thank you for being here, El Ray. I keep saying I Ray, but it's El Ray Z. Catch you on the rebound, bro. Seriously, hang loose. Get some surfing videos. I would love to see some surfing videos. I used to surf. Well, I was learning how. I used to body wave. I used to body surf. So get some surfing videos, man. That would be cool. I think that would be a big hit. Get the sun setting on the beach, some body surfing in or some surfing in there. That would be a good video, bro. If I lived where you live, I would have some surfing videos, believe you me. I have a few skateboard videos. If you didn't know, you could check out. I'm on a skateboard. That's right. I need to do it again here real soon. I got to be jumping on a skateboard. But anyways, off topic. Yeah, so, you know, we need to talk about this and, you know, get people thinking about it. Because like I was beginning to say, aloha, bro. Just in time prepping, just saying the American people need to read it. It was a Republican that wrote it. Too much to go through here, but I advise everyone to read it, in my opinion. Okay, give us the name of that again. Let me see if I can go back through and find here.
Mueller report.
What, Kohler?
Mueller.
Mueller report. Mueller report. I'm going to have to Google the Mueller report. And see, because I haven't heard of it. Mueller report. My phone should be turning on. I'm going to have to Google that right here. My phone's turning on. So we're going to Google it. Do that. Yeah, I'm going to do it right now. My phone is booting up. My phone is booting up. So, like I was just getting ready to say, I've had conversations, one-on-one conversations with people, and everyone I've talked to says, if I do this, nobody else will. Well, after I've spoke to 5 or 6 people or more, and each person in the conversation is making a statement to me going, if I do it, I'll be the only one. Well, I've spoken to 5 or 6 people saying they would be the only one. I haven't spoke to 100 people. I've spoke to a handful or so, and when the subject comes up and we start talking about doing something, well, I'll be the only one doing it. Well, after I spoke to 4 or 5 or 6 people, and everybody's saying the same thing, I'm saying, wait a minute, I just spoke to 5 people about this over the course of a few months, and everybody's going, I'd be the only one. Guess what? there's 5 more people saying they would do it. They would be on board. So, no, we think we'd be the only one. You know, if I thought I was preaching to the wilderness, if I thought I was speaking to the thin air, I wouldn't say jack. I wouldn't say nothing. Why? I don't believe that. I believe in Americans. I believe in people caring.
Well, you just have to remember that the only thing it takes is for good men to do nothing.
You know, my wife just brought up a point and something I know and didn't even think about it. I forget, there's a complete sentence, a complete saying here. But for evil to triumph, all there is for good men to do nothing in order for evil to triumph. For good men to do nothing. That's all it takes, is for evil to triumph. And you know, what's the other one? That all good men come to the aid of their country? You know? So, in order for evil not to triumph, good men have to do something. And I believe in people. I believe that we, the people, I made a statement American a minute ago, but I retract that. All it takes is for us to stand. That's all it takes. For good men to do something.
We may not always.
And when I say man, ladies, I'm talking about mankind. Not man as in the male species only. I'm referring to mankind. For mankind, for all mankind, to do nothing.
We may not always agree on the best course and the best action, but if you come together for what you do believe, then in the course of time, action will be taken.
I don't know if you heard that. My wife's speaking kind of low. But I'm thinking you did. If you didn't hear it, let me know. If I'm in Arkansas. Well, I may be moving to Arkansas here when I get this house finished. I'm getting out of California, but I got this house finished and put up for sale. And I may be there, or Georgia, or Tennessee, or not quite sure. But anyways, we got to stand, you know. And if you're in the South, you know, this subject would go far. You know, it wouldn't be hard to get a bunch of people on the same page. I have friends in the South. The South is my home away from home, and I shouldn't have to say much more than that. We just got to talk about it. And for evil to prevail, all it takes is for good men to do nothing. And so we got to talk about it. We got to put this out on the table. We got to get people thinking, not thinking we're being overran. Therefore, we should just lay down and give up. Whoa, throw in the no, wait a minute. You know, no, America wasn't built that way. America hasn't maintained itself that way. We fight.
Need to maintain, and I don't care where you come from. If you come to the United States of America, there are things that you enjoy because you're here. So we've got to have gotten something right, but we need to go back and be accountable not only to ourselves and to God, but to each other, and stop playing this game of, well, one person can't do anything. What if George Washington and Benjamin Franklin and the rest of them had all said, we're 10 little people, what are we going to do? Well, there wouldn't be any America.
Well said. Well said. So, We got to put it out on the table. We got to talk about it. We got to get people thinking and come up with this solution. Michael G, you're new here, bro. If I haven't joined your community, I will check out your community. Yeah, this is Thursday nights. Insanefriends is the group I'm with. We all do our own thing on our channel. But this is the hashtag Insanefriends group. And on Thursday nights at 7 p.m. If I'm not running late, unfortunately, I've been running late here lately. But it starts at 7, supposed to start at 7. And I'm going to start doing political conversations, political information. And that's what this channel on Thursday nights at 7 p.m. is going to be about. And yeah, that's what I'm going to start doing. Because I believe in you. I believe in us. You know, like I've been saying, the Democratic Party is deceiving, using, and abusing all these people coming in here from these other countries because they don't know our laws. They don't really know the Constitution. They don't understand the Constitution. They don't really know why they don't understand. Then we've got the Democrats promising the moon and lying and deceiving them, which is sinister, in order to gain control over the Republican Party by votes. And they're manipulating these people and using them and abusing them. So I say don't discriminate, educate them. And if we educate them, I believe the majority of them will be on the same page as we are. And they're going to go, wait a minute. And they will see it for what it is. And they will rise up and they will be on our side. They will be going, wait, we're being deceived? What? And they'll see the truth in it. They'll see the reality of it. And you'll have a comrade, not an opposing person. But we've got to educate, not discriminate. Okay, Michael G says, cool, yeah, I support it. Don't say that that's a bad word. Bad word, bro. YouTube can remove your connection just because of that one word. I'm going to visit your channel. I will visit your channel. Good word. Visiting your channel is a good word. I'm going to support your channel. That's a good word. Okay? I have supported your channel. You've got great, good content, however you want to word that. But don't use the S word. Just no, you cannot. Oh, YouTube saying they're calling it spam, and they eliminate it. They just check it off. They eliminate you. And so you can't use that terminology. Visiting's a good word. Friends visit, right? If I come to your house, I'm visiting you. If you come over to my house, you're visiting me, right? We're visiting. It's because YouTube's saying the S word is a placeholder. I'm just going to, make the connection. There's no friendship. There's no connection. It's just holding a place. And next thing you know, you're losing people. People understanding why they're losing people. Well, they're losing people because, one, they're not watching their videos. Or if they do, it's 60 seconds, 30 seconds, 20 seconds, or not at all. Leaving a comment, hitting the thumbs up, not even watching a video. Trying to just meet the minimal requirements to stay connected. And YouTube's going, That's not a connection. You're not friends. You're not building friendship here. You're not interacting. You're not engaging. You're going through the motions. Therefore, it's not a real connection. And so, you know, there's been some people that have come to my channel said that they subscribe to me. When I check my subscribers, guess what? They're not there. When they say that they have supported my channel, and I go to, and I look for them in my subscription, they're not there. They don't exist. They just want you to come over and watch them and give them watch time and join their community. Well, they do nothing in return. And YouTube is all over that. And so if you gain a whole bunch of people real quick, YouTube starts eliminating them real quick. And so, you know, if I come to your channel, should I say when I come to your channel, I'm going to watch your whole video, and I'm going to leave you a comment. I leave comments. I leave a comment, you're going to go, man, will the guy ever shut up? No. But I'll leave you a comment. It's not, oh, nice video, and that's all you see. Or thanks for sharing, and that's what you, no, I leave a comment. I have something to say when I leave a comment. Just depending on what it is. But so YouTube, what I'm trying to say here is YouTube wants you to leave a comment, wants you to watch the video, 60 seconds. Okay, oh, thanks for that info. All right, some blank don't show up in your page if they have theirs. Yes, that's true. That's true. That's something I just learned recently. And yes, that is true. But because of, unfortunately, you know, it takes a few bad apples to spoil the whole bunch. And so, unfortunately, if that's happening and you got a real connection, then you need to keep watching videos. You need to keep commenting. You need to keep. Because if I go to your channel and I leave you a comment, I'm watching your video. And if you don't know, you gotta wait 1 minute, 60 seconds before you hit the thumbs up. If you watch a video for 30 seconds, 45 seconds, 49 seconds, Exploring with CF, haven't seen you for a while. How you doing there, bro? Let's see what you got to say here. I'll get back to that. I think other states should refuse to put the Democrats on the ballot. Then there you go, or just not count any California ballots. There you go. Oh yes, I understand. I visited your channel a while back. G, not a big social network person, but can see how these social networks can help spread the truth of God's word. Yes, amen, brother. Which is amen, brother. Amen. I have Bible studies on this channel. On Sundays, I'll do a Bible study right here on this channel or on my Bible study channel, which is called Basic Bible Study 777. And I'll come to the top of the search if you put that in. And I have Bible studies there as well. All right, what else are you saying here, CF? Exploring with CF. I've been here, man, usually ghosting. Oh, okay, all right. Cool, appreciate it. But if you're ghosting, I don't know you're here. You know, I know you've mentioned a time or two you're at the gym. I used to go, but you never know it nowadays. But I can appreciate that for sure. Amen. Hungry. Miss Myra. Michael G. Amen. Yes. So I just am who I am. You know, I just keep it real. When you see me, it's real. You know, I don't tell you every little detail of my life, but I'm real. I mean, so sorry, man, but okay, there you are, hit and run. Got a hit and run going on there, bruh. No, thank you for being here. Thank you for showing the support. If you and then you go live too. You go live what 2 or 3 times a week, I believe. CF exploring with CF. Well, thanks for being here. I vote against the demon rats. And I haven't got me too, brother. I'm up here in the high desert. I'm in Victorville area. So you have to tell me where you're at. Uh, all right, exploring with CF. We'll catch you on the rebound. I'm gonna have to go hit your channel, you know. And but if you're here, leave me a comment so I know you've been here. At least hit me a comment. You know, say something. Um, Sister. Oh, okay, sister. This is your brother from another mother, but the same father. Now, where does that come from? There's a Christian movie. Towards the end of that movie, they make a statement. There's a statement made from one brother to another. My brother from another mother, but the same father. What video, what movie was that in? Slightly off course at the moment, but okay, I'm going to give you a hint. The Kendricks brothers produced the movie. Okay, we've got Miss Mira, my sister and Jesus, in the house, and we've got Michael G, my brother from another mother, in the house. And it shows 3 in the chat, so I've got someone else ghosting me or exploring with CF is still hanging out. Guilty by association. That's funny. All right. My brother and other, I mean, brother. But do you know what movie that came from? There's a movie by the Kendricks brothers, came out a few years ago, that the statement was made, my brother from another mother, but the same father. Do you know what movie that was in? I'm assuming nobody knows. You are familiar with the Kendrick brothers, correct? Michael G is a good man and the best BF ever. He. Miss Mira, okay? You hear that, Michael? I'm assuming you guys, should I say you all, Texas Live Julie. Oh, you're in the background. I don't know that movie, but while on the subject, LOL, I'm plugging Pureflix. My cousin has a lot of them. Okay? Alright, I'll tell you who it is, and I'll tell you something about the Kendricks brothers. They have a movie they produced, and it's on Netflix, which I'll tell you about in just a second, as we're changing gears here. Fireproof. Who's seen Fireproof? Has anybody in the chat seen Fireproof? Fireproof is about a married couple whose father and mother are Christians. They are not. Neither him nor his wife are Christians at the time. Does anybody know about that movie? Texas Life Julie says yes. Miss Mira says yeah, yes. Okay, at the end of Fireproof, I forget I hate to point out race, but I forget the guy's name. The black brother in the movie. That's a fireman. That's a Christian, a brother in the Lord. Um, the actor Chris Cameron is a non-Christian whose parents are Christians. Him and his marriage is on the rocks, and his dad gives him a book on a solution to working through and holding his marriage, bringing his marriage back together. And at the end, Chris Cameron gets saved, and he's in the fire department, and he's just started to talk to his wife, Chris Cameron is, and the other brother comes out and goes, "My brother from another mother, but the same father." And it was right toward the end of the movie. And Chris Cameron is making up with his wife right there. Really good movie. So if you haven't seen Fireproof, it's an older movie by the Kendricks brothers. Go buy it. Go rent it. Whatever you got to do, I recommend it. Another one that's totally different, I think everyone should see, is this one, Brain Dead. Just went Brain Dead. War Room. War Room. If you haven't seen War Room, I would recommend that to any Christian. If you're not a Christian, it's not going to make a whole lot of sense. You may enjoy the movie, you may not. You may really just like the flow of the movie. But if you're a Christian, the movie War Room is really going to stir you up, stop and think, and reevaluate some things. It really, really is. So if you haven't seen The War Room, I highly recommend. Although I highly recommend every movie at this point that the Kendrick brothers have God is used to produce. Um, yes, Miss Myra, you are the best woman ever. I'm going to marry you. Woo! He just asked her to marry him on my channel. Does she say yes? Stay tuned next week. Michael G, I haven't seen Fire. Oh, you'll like it. You really will. Like I said, it's Chris Cameron. Is married. Him and his wife um, are wrestling with divorce. He's not knowing how to treat her or anything. And his dad gives him a book to follow. And I just told you the end of it. You'll have to, you'll have to check it out. But any of the Kendrick brothers movies, up to this point, I highly, highly recommend. J slash K. I'm not sure what you're referring to. J slash K or J forward slash K. Um, Miss Mira. I think she's talking to you there, Michael G. Although I'm not sure. I keep getting these pop-ups on my screen, notifications. So, anyways, not Fireproof. The Kendricks brothers have produced another movie. It's on Netflix. I just saw it last night. It's called The Arrow. Not Broken Arrow. The Arrow. The Arrow. It was produced last year. I don't know why we're just now seeing it. I don't remember seeing it in any of the movie theaters here locally. It might have only been at selected theaters, I'm assuming. But you can now see it on Netflix. It's about the family. And I highly recommend it. It's a free movie. It's on Netflix. It's called The Arrow. Yeah, Miss Mira's still the one. I'm the silly one. Ha. Did you guys just meet, or did you guys know each other previously, and you both just came over to check out my channel? What was that movie? The Arrow? Was it called The Arrow? Or something Arrow?
Like arrows?
Like Arrows? War Rooms. The War Room is amazing. Like I'm saying, if a person's not a Christian, they won't understand it really. They might like the storyline, but if you're a Christian, it's going to speak to you big time. So good, so enriching. Um, it shows a lot of real spiritual, biblical, of knowing who you are in Christ and living it, and how to put feet to your faith, in just so many areas. A heavy duty, amazing movie that was anointed, just incredible.
Did you eat the salad?
My hands were full. Can I bring it? If you bring it to me. Yes, Miss Mira and I have been courting for about oh, praise God. All right, courting. I like to hear that term. Now, excellent. So, he just asked her to marry him, folks. Stay tuned next week. But no, cool. Right on. I'm glad you guys are here visiting and hanging out. I'm going to be going to your channels. I think both of you are new, and I'm glad you guys are here. Like I say, I have Bible studies on this channel from time to time, and I have a Bible study channel I mentioned earlier, just in case you missed it. The name of it is Basic Bible Study 777, and you put that in on the YouTube search. I'm like the first or second one from the top. And I have videos there. But I lost the email. I got to retrieve the email so that channel doesn't disappear. So let's see. I'm missing something here. Miss Mira, I have been okay, whether she likes it or not. That's cool. Michael told me about you. Oh, nice, nice. I'm glad you guys. I appreciate you being here. Big time. I'm honored, literally. Um, what the statement you just made, like it or not, I got a story for you, a brief one. My grandfather told me when he met my grandmother, he had got in some trouble, ended up in jail, he had a fight in a bar or something. He was back in Missouri. And his uncles had some property that he was growing soybean on, and it was time to plant and harvest the soybean. So he presents my grandfather with an opportunity if he went out and planted the field and then was there for the harvesting, he'd split the profits with him. So my grandfather, being a wise man, said, okay. Well, not only did he get half of the profits, he come out of it with a wife. So this family came along, picking their soybean. They had a daughter about his age. Well, he got to know this girl over the course of, I don't know, several weeks, a month or two. I don't know how long she spent there. I don't remember him saying. But after they were done picking their soybean, it was now time to till it back in the ground, and clean it up. So he goes and gets out the rototiller. He goes out and gets on the tractor, starts turning the soil over, and the girl and her family moved on up the road to the next soybean field, and He just tells me he drives up there to that soybean field where she's out there working and walks up to her and tells her, "You're my wife and we're getting." That's a true story. So that's how my grandfather met my grandmother. And you said she's going to marry you, like it or not. You just kind of reminded me of that. So I thought I'd share it with you. Kind of cool little story though. When you don't, when you just don't hear much like that anymore. And pretty cool. He told her, "You're my wife. We're getting married." He wasn't taking no for an answer. Yeah, isn't it? Yeah, I think that's cool. I'm glad he shared that with me, and really cool. Well, shoot. Um, the movie Something Arrow, Straight as an Arrow or something, you can find it on Netflix. It's by the Kendricks brothers, and it's on family. And a really good storyline. I can't really say much because I don't want to ruin the story. Yeah, right? She has no choice. Hey, before I sign out, Mira and Michael G, what are your channels about? I mean, I'm gonna go check them out and visit your channels. But what are your channels about? Do they? Oh, and I was gonna look up. I was gonna Google that other term. Um, if I didn't lose it. But yeah, in the meantime, tell me, what are your channels about? Hey, good luck. Well, I don't know if you're sitting in the background there, Texas Live Julie, or who's sitting back there in the background. Okay, I'm looking for uh, the Mueller report. All right, I'm going to look up the Mueller report um, while you guys I'm looking to see what's on your channels, what your channels are about, your content, the Mueller report. The Mueller report. Okay, the Mueller report. All right, now it's pretty inexpensive here to purchase. Okay, here's some t-shirts referring to it. I know nothing about this. Let's see what it says. The House panel approves contempt for Barr after Trump claims privileges over full Mueller report. Oh, wow. Taper sets record straight on Trump's. The Mueller report formally titled Report on the Investigation into the Russia Interference. What a joke. I can't believe Americans bought into that line of baloney. That is garbage. That's a crock. Okay, the Mueller report is formally titled Report on the Investigation into the Russian Interference on the 2016 presidential election. They did not. I can't believe Americans bought that garbage. This is, not this, is the official report documenting the findings in the council collusions of the special. This is Wikipedia. Okay, I'm going to show you. You can check it out. It's there on Wikipedia, but how much of that is that true? We don't know. All right. They've got audio, Adobe for $8. The Kern County Library, Boston Branch Library, the Mueller Report, Department of Justice. See, we're talking the funding, the findings and collusion of Special Counsel Robert Mueller's investigation into the Russian efforts to interfere with the 2016. Oh, it's Robert Mueller. That's where it came from. The Mueller report came from Robert Mueller. Okay, I'm going to show you this here again, if you can see it clear enough. All right, Robert Mueller. That's why it's called Mueller's report. So you can get information right here on it. And it's Wikipedia, so anybody can add information there. So you got to, handle that with kit gloves or, kind of be prepared for stuff to be added in there that isn't true. All right, I want to check the chat and see what you're saying. I don't have much on my channel, but I'm a born again. Me too, brother. Washed in the blood of the Lamb. A born again believer in Christ. Mainly use YouTube to worship God. Okay, and watch videos. Plant seeds, etc. Okay, amen. Amen, brother. Good. Russian did not, amen. Yeah, come on. I can't believe Americans bought into Russia interfering with the United States voting system. Really? We got a bunch of, well, like I had mentioned earlier, I don't know if you were in the chat yet, but I was saying that Obama appealed to two main groups. He appealed to the college students, which are, my dad would say, wet behind the ears. And he appeals to these young adults that don't know anything about anything. And they're easily led astray. Easily led. Sheeples. So he appealed to these young adults that are naive. They live in naivete. Hey, there she is. I'm glad you're still here. I thought you might be in the background. On Texas Life, Julie. And these people from other countries, whether it's Mexico or China or Japan or Russia or whoever they may be, he appealed to these people from other countries and to our youth, to our young adults. And both parties are ignorant and naive for the most part. The majority of them are. And that's the group he appealed to get the vote. And the blacks, his own quote, people, end quote, to get the votes. But many, I believe the majority of them didn't really understand, and he knew that, and he could just kind of lead them astray. And because of their ignorance, when the vote came along between Trump and Hillary, the Democrats were able to feed them this crock of garbage, and they believe it because they don't know better. I was talking I call her my friend. Tell her, no, there's no way. I tell her, anyways, truth. The truth sets you free. Present the truth. And when they see the truth, they can pull they can pull their head out of the sand and go with, you need to educate, not discriminate. And if they're rooted in and they refuse to be uprooted, pray for them. You know, pray for them. That's all you can do. But don't fight and argue and go around that bumping your head on that tree that's not going to be of any value, you know. If they have an ear to hear, you know, if they're up for conversation, if they're up to talking about it and thinking about what you're saying, by all means, share it with them. Talk to them about it. Educate. Show them love. Show them kindness. Show them understanding. Show them that you care. But don't battle with them and bump heads, you know. Don't bump heads with them. Not fight with them, not battle with people. And their eyes are open to the truth. They're gonna be on your team. They're gonna be right there standing. So food for thought, something to think about, and I look forward to hear from you. Mira's saying it's buffering, so I don't know if you're still here or if you were disconnected. But Mira, Michael G, thanks for being here. I look forward to seeing you in the future. And anyone else that sees this live stream, if you're new here, leave me a comment. Have questions? I look forward to them. And so, who's ever hanging out here, I appreciate it. And so we'll catch you on the rebound. Again, if you have questions, I look forward to them. If you need prayer, leave it in my comments, and I'll be more than happy to pray for you. Right there in the comments. Just let me know. And if you leave it in the comments, let me know. Just say, Ken, I'd like for you to pray for me, but don't put it in the comments. Just let me know. Or catch me on a live stream, however. So, all right, well, good night. God bless. Take care. And as always, never give up, because there's always a way. Always. And don't forget it. United we stand, and united we make it happen. God bless. Catch you on the rebound. Bye for now. Keep looking up. Easy 2 tips and tricks, etc. EC2.